Hello and welcome to the second installment of the Thinking News Network. I'm your host, Laura Brooks. First off, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who responded to the first video. The feedback that we got was fantastic from everyone. In particular, I'd like to address some things brought up by Peter Ickel, Jay Ratzinger, and Michel Poisson. I hope I said that right. I'm really sorry if I didn't. Jay Ratzinger, I know that I sent you a private message responding to your original critique, so I hope you got that. If not, the main point that I wanted to bring up was that we are doing a reworking of the donating issue. I really don't want people to feel like we're doing this as a money-grubbing type thing. We're really not trying to panhandle. I think it was more like emphasizing just the fact that the site does run on donations. If you feel like we're money grubbing, I do apologize for that. So it will be much more subtle from now on. Peter Ickel. The main criticism that you seem to have was that you didn't know who I was. There's a fairly good reason for that. I have a profile where I do provide a little bit of information about myself and my affiliation with the site, but also these video blogs aren't about me, they're about the site and about atheist news. Having said that, I will give myself a bit of an introduction. My name is Laura, I am 21 and from Boston. I am an atheist, feminist, vegetarian, although I'll only bog you down with one of those three titles throughout these videos. If you want to know more about me, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm totally doing a shameless plug right here, but it's Laura Palooza, spelled the same as my name here. Michel Poisson. Shorter and more frequent episodes are certainly on the schedule. We definitely want to be able to do this on a weekly basis is the plan. Unfortunately, like I said before, I'm still in school. It's finals, crunch time, so I'm trying to squeeze these in as best as I can. And also, this is my first time ever doing anything like this, so I'm still kind of testing the waters. So I hope that everyone will bear with me while I'm trying to get my act together here. Also, Michel, I would like to thank you for the link that you provided in your feedback to the Thinking News Network. Michel brought up a really interesting point that the issue of the swine flu pandemic, which I'm sure you've all heard about. If not, you can certainly Google it, because I don't know about enough about it to talk about it to all of you. But whether or not it had been attributed to being a wrath of God as of yet. And he came up with a site that was called http://baptistsforbrown2008.wordpress.com. And he brought up in the comment that the user Danuvian, I believe that was the name, and if I'm not, please correct me, I'm not right about that, brought up that the site is most likely an elaborate hoax, and certain links linked to humor web pages not associated with this sort of right-wing radical Christian type propaganda that the site seems to be promoting. So in all likelihood, the actual blog posted about the issue is fake, but Michel brought up the point that some of the user comments might not be. So I found one particularly interesting. This is from user Blue Ollie, who says, and I quote, "Note that the evil liberal atheist scientists continue to make it worse on themselves by claiming that this flu strain is the result of evolution and mutation." The entire comment sounded pretty sincere to me. I think the interesting thing about that comment is the fact that these evil atheist liberal scientists are claiming that this flu was a result of mutation and evolution, as if these are things that aren't already proven by science. Again, I think this is an issue of people misunderstanding exactly what the word theory means when used in a scientific context. But that aside, his comment that was left to me is in the discussion forum, Thinking News Network Episode 2, I believe it's titled. So if you want to check that link out, it's good for a laugh. Definitely. I'd like you all to give a special round of applause to our member Jin O. Yay! Jin O was kind enough to start our official Facebook page for thinkatheist.com. if you just search, if you have a Facebook, up in the search bar, Think Atheist Com as one word, it'll come up with both our already organized group, which Morgan and I administrate, and then our page. The thing that's really cool about pages is they're meant for promoting products or companies or ideas, and they're meant to be official. So only people who are affiliated with sites or with organizations or businesses are allowed to operate them. So hopefully with that we'll be able to start maybe reaching out, advertising on Facebook, and recruiting some more members from there, because obviously Facebook is a great wealth of potential members. It's a very large site. I'm sure you've all heard of it. So thank you very much, Jin O, all the way in Australia, for that. Also, Eric Smith on May 8th will be beginning his weekly Think Atheist movie review, where a group will be choosing a movie that's coming out to discuss. I think it's a really neat idea and sort of a different spin on kind of like the book club that we have already, where we're just finding all these different types of media to get together and think about as a community. So Eric Smith, on the back for you. Good job. Thank you. Last but certainly not least, I am giving a big shout out to our member Johnny, too, for operating the Sunday morning service every Sunday, where he compiles links from across the web and across the site for our linking pleasure. Whether you find a link around the website or have a personal story or anecdote you would like to share, I'm sure that Johnny would be willing to include it in the Sunday morning service, so if you have any questions about that, please contact him. To close, again, thank you everyone for the feedback. You're doing a wonderful job, and I feel very supported. I'm trying my best to make this as entertaining and interesting and informative for you as possible, so again, anything that you can say to me to help me out, to help you out, please don't be afraid to speak up. Again, if you want to donate to the site, look to the globe over to my right or left. I'm doing this on a video camera, so I'm really not sure, but it'll be right over here. Make sure to tune in next week, because I will be talking at a little bit of length about our eventual switch to becoming a non-for-profit organization, so make sure to stay tuned for details. Until next time, I'm Laura Brooks, Laura Palooza,